Did you come back at all with a game plan of how
Nope.
you plan on winning? No. Nope.
Not at all.
Okay, well, you got Jill Scott.
Yeah, of course.
The secret weapon?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my secret weapon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course, incredible, as a writer, as a musician, as an actress, all those elements really help to, prepare artists.
That's cool. I love her. She's amazing.
She is incredible. One of my favorites.
Same.
I was actually, when we first entertained on this, we sat down and I told her, I said, I gotta thank you because of your voice, I was able to put my baby to sleep when he would not stop crying as a little one. She was the only album that I could put on and Naveed would just shut up.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Writing with Jill Scott was incredible. She is the bomb. We sat and talked before we even wrote for hours, and I just told her about so many ideas that I had. She told me, you got too much in you. You got too many ideas for it to not manifest. And the next time I see you and you're not rich, it's gonna be a problem.
I had been in the same room with her 5 different times, and I had avoided her like the plague every time because I have this thing where I don't want to meet my idols because I just have my fantasies about them. I just look up to them. She's a queen to me. Jill Scott is a queen. So I met her at her concert, and she came up to me and then she goes, "You," and I was like, "Don't look at me like that." And then we had this amazing conversation. I was crying my eyes out. She told me she thought I was a beast. I was like, "No, you're a beast. Oh my God." It was a transcendent moment for me because I'm a super fan. I stand for Jill Scott, so it's special.
Collaboration, maybe?
Oh, that would be a dream. That would be a dream.
If you could only listen to 3 albums and was stuck on an island for a whole year, what would those 3 albums be?
Probably be Nas, I Am, Snoop Dogg album, the first one when you put it out at 12 o'clock at night, motherfucker had to wait in line at the record store to get that motherfucker. And it'd probably be a good-ass R&B album like a Jill Scott or Erykah Badu.
Because you know you're gonna knock a bitch on that island.
Yeah.
So you gotta have some of that to tone down to. And Jill Scott's a cold thing. Is it the way you love me, baby? Yeah, you ride to that player shit too on that.
What was it like to work with Jill Scott on this album, man?
Oh man, Jill the homegirl, man. Me and Jill had some cool conversations, man. I learned one thing about Jill, man. She loved her craft and her music just like I do, man. And it was just, cause I've been a fan, you know what I mean? Real talk, you know what I mean? And Beyonce put me on to Jill. She don't even know that. I was out in Vegas kicking and then she was playing it by the pool. I'm like, yo, I always knew who Jill was, but I actually sat down and listened to the music. I was like, wow. She's dope, you know what I mean? And from that standpoint, I just if I could do a record with her, that'd be crazy. And I reached out, man, and she hit me back. She was like, yo, come on, man, I rocks with you, homie. She from Philly, she from Philadelphia, so she with the business. And it was crazy because she wrote the record and sent it back to me. And then we had this little thing with the track that happened, and I ended up taking the track I ended up taking the acapella to Justice League, and they murked that shit. And when they sent it back, I was like, when I talked to her, I was like, yo, you ain't gonna believe this. And when she listened to the record, you know what I'm saying, she loved it.
Well, you're definitely having a wonderful 2013 so far. I know as the year begins to wind down, you're also working on something with Jill Scott. Y'all got something in the tuck?
Okay, I gotta keep my composure. Yes. Me and Jill are actually, that's another blessing, man. Jill Scott is one of the artists, and like I said, I'm proud of what y'all doing on the site, so I'm gonna give y'all some stuff.
We appreciate that, man.
And everybody go start chopping your stuff up, taking your stuff. But
this is a hip hop since 1987 exclusive.
So we ended up meeting up again. I done a couple records for her, because I always shoot her a record every year.
Okay.
Every time I hear, I just start shooting stuff in the blind, and I ended up cornering her and getting her in the studio and push play. And it was instant chemistry, dude. I literally wouldn't have thought that, because my thing is, I study people, I listen to what they have, then I try to give them what they don't have. And Jill is more of an East Coast Philly, this right here. I said, but I never heard Jill on this. I never heard Jill on that. Still her vibe, but just the, instead of the what, just the what. I never seen that before. And I was like, people are gonna bug when they hear it because they're not gonna expect it. It's still gonna be her lane, her fans are gonna love it. But they never felt that before. Like, I usually, when people hear my beats, I like that moment of silence first. Like when people go, as soon as it come on, when they first hear it, that's gonna be even 2 seconds.
I dig that.
But when people go, and they look at each other, and then you have one visionary in the crowd that go, I think I get it. Then you'll see him, then the next person start, and then it's lasting forever. And the thing that I liked about Jill is she believed in me enough to tell me, show me. The only person that's ever done that with me is Snoop. And it's funny that it's the people that's on that level that really lets you do what you're supposed to do. I am a producer. That's why my company is called A Better Vision. I am supposed to provide vision, not just a beat. And she let me do it, bro, and we're gonna shock the world, bro.
What can we expect on this? You have an album coming out. Has a date been announced for when it's
August
dropping?
30th.
Okay, August 30th. New album. Yep. What can we expect on this project from you? I know that's a generic question,
man.
but I'm sure TD, you have some of the TD fam gonna hop on it. Is there anybody else that you worked with that you're like, love this song? Are you not gonna tell me? You're looking over to management. I see you, management. I see you. I did get to hear, I heard a lot of the album this morning. Management leaked it to me, but I'm not gonna leak it to the rest of the world.
Okay.
But it's really good.
I'll tell you one.
Okay.
I got a Jill Scott feature on
Okay, you know what? I can fire. I can imagine.
Okay.
I can imagine.
And shout out to Miss Jill, man. She already knows I'm super shy, and I'm like, I have nothing but the utmost respect. I mean, around her, I'm just like, I'm so reserved, and like, I call her Miss Jill, right? And she's like,
does she like that or no?
No, she does not.
Okay.
She doesn't like it at all. But I don't care. It's a respect thing. You know what I mean? I can't downplay the respect I have for her.
Right.
So it just comes off very naturally. You know what I mean? She's Miss Jill, and she was just so loving and like, man, that was such an experience. That was.
How did you guys link though? Because Jill,
I started off as a songwriter.
Okay.
I started off as a recording engineer, and that kind of led me into writing songs for other people. So on her last project, I was able to create with her. I helped write a few songs.
Right.
And, that's dope.
Jill is a phenomenal writer too, so that's
Can you imagine how I felt?
What kind of pressure is that? Being in the room and being like, "Hey, write a song for me, Jill Scott."
Right. And it wasn't even that. It was more so I was there when she was working with somebody else. And, I was just trying to find my place. So it started off me just singing. We sang backgrounds. Me and the homie just came in, and I was in there like,
you just like,
I was trying to go in, but I think she just, she could see my intent was all good, and I wanted to help. I didn't want to like take over or anything like that because I had so much respect for her.
Yeah.
And I played her some records, and she found something that she gravitated towards, and then we just kind of went from there.
Yeah, it is.
I learned so much from her. You know what I mean? Just being around her, her energy, her mindset about work, her work ethic.
What's something that she told you? What's something that you remember that kind of stuck with you? That you're like, okay, Miss Jill said this, so now I gotta keep this going. I gotta keep this here.
It wasn't something that she said so much. It's just how she moves. Like I just always remember seeing her with her books. Like she has these notebooks that she keeps in her bag. She probably has like 4 or 5 of them.
Can you scoot up a little?
Oh yeah, sorry. She pulls these notebooks out and just starts reading them. And at first, I didn't really know what was going on. I thought it might have been like a book or something that she had, like a special book, but it's her notes of like song ideas and thoughts and things like that and poetry. And she just goes through her books and she'll pull one out and start reading it, laugh, put it down, pull another one out and start writing in it. And then put that one down, start reading another one. And just she goes through her thoughts and like really, a lot of artists, come in the studio and they're like, yeah, put me in the booth, put the beat on, let's mumble the lines. And then, the way she decides to create is just so unique and it's just a beautiful thing to watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I take after her for sure. I write everything. I try to write everything down. Pen and pad too.